everyone, Crafting Vicky here with you, and as promised, I'm playing in my journal. This is my altered book, and I want to make a mess. And I thought I was going to use this gorgeous image right over here, and then I have this sentiment here, and I want to use some inks. So I've got two inks from the this week, gray. Which I almost have nothing left, but so I want to use it in making a splash and a mess. And then I've got this one, which is really pretty, but too light for me to use in a pen, at least I find. Might be fine for some other people. I just don't particularly like it for writing letters and stuff like that. But for art making, I think it's going to be great. And so this part of the page already has some papers and no text, but I feel like this needs to be covered up a bit, so that's what we're going to start with. And we're just going to layer some paper, because I find that, you know, I don't want her to have birds on the back of her head. And I feel like she's just yelling, "What?" As in, "You're doing what?" And exactly, I'm making a mess. That's what I'm doing. And I'm having fun. And so I think I'm going to put the sentiment, but I'm also going to journal a bit. And maybe I should journal with some of the inks. That might be a good place to start. So let's use the glue stick, because why not? It's gonna be an easy peasy, not very long process, but I think it might be a lot of fun. And I pulled out my Liquitex ink, the Brilliant Gold, and it's so funny because I never thought of using, whoops, I have some water in my syringe. I never thought of using a syringe for this up until I've started doing the splotches as Manda does them on her channel, and that got me thinking, wow, I should use that for doing art, like regular stuff, and just having fun. So that's what we're doing today. We're just making a mess and having fun in the process. And maybe I should also use some of my washi tapes and other stuff like that, because why not, right? Could actually put it that way or this way. Yeah, let's do that, because it doesn't have to be one way. And I love altered book, and I'm almost at the end of this one. I'm gonna have two spreads left after this one. And it's just so fun. Okay, so I think I've pretty much covered that. And I'm feeling like mark making. That's what I'm feeling like. So let's make some marks. Why not? So our eyeshadow is kind of turquoise, so let's make some turquoise mark. And I just realized I've went over the part that I thought I was going to use for for my text, but it's okay. I mean, I can still write on it. I could actually write in black instead of writing in with the pale ink. I will probably have some ink left after this process, so I'm just having a lot of fun doing marks, and yeah, because why not, right? I mean, why shouldn't we play? Why shouldn't we have just fun playing with stuff? Let's think this is the purple ink. So let's make some mark on this side of the page. And I'm thinking I want to, how do I want to do this? Do I want to use that again? Maybe. Then maybe I should do some other and this is kind of a mixture of seedless preserve as well as mahogany distress inks. Okay, so I've done that using that one, but I do want to make some more things. So what do I do? I'm thinking stamping. But I'm making everything fall. No, I didn't pull the right one, of course, because why should I? It's not the one I want. The one with the like the dots and stuff. I thought I had one with dots. Where is my dot one? It's gonna be in the last one I'm gonna pull out. You wanna bet? These are all text. These are all texts. Oh, maybe not. That's not it either. Oh, what to do, what to do. I think I'm just gonna go with this thing here. I'm still on the lookout to find another silicone mat, but with, oh, that's FedEx, wait 2 seconds. So I'm back, and it was FedEx. So it was my parcel that I was waiting for, which is cool. And it was super fast delivery, which is awesome. Okay, so I think that will be it, because I will probably do like a doodly border or something around it. So let's have some fun and make a mess and try to move a bit of the stuff out. Okay, so I'm gonna finish this ink first. Actually, I should do some of it with this first, because this one I've got a feeling like I'll splash the rest of it on it. Well, Whoa. This is exactly what I wanted to do this afternoon. Is to just have fun and make a mess. This will be mostly hidden, so there's not much that you can actually see from here. Let's do just a tiny bit more. But higher up. And I will probably have ink all over myself. Hopefully it doesn't spread too much to the other pages. I like this mess. I like this mess a lot. A lot. Okay, so then let's add some gray. Because why not? And I should probably rinse my syringe, but it doesn't matter. That's going to be a lot of ink. Gonna have to do a big cleanup on my desk. Thank God for the glass on top, because that's the only reason I'm gonna relatively easily clean this all up. Okay, so I'm gonna just use some of this water. Where are my little cups? Because I don't want to put that in. Actually, I could. Okay, so that should be pretty good. And we finished this little sample, so I can clean it off and send ink to others in it, which is cool. I still have a blob here. I love making messes like this. Like, this makes me so happy. You guys have no idea. And it's the type of stuff that I would want to redo, and obviously would not be able to do in the same fashion. Okay, so now let's put some gold shimmer. Because I never thought of putting gold shimmer this way before. so much easier than using a spray bottle. Because it doesn't clog the same way. Why have I never thought of doing this before? Okay, so now we need to dry this off though. Because obviously nothing's gonna glue to this mess. And I was right, that ink here in art is going to be very pretty. I need to find some blotting paper, you know, like the one that you used to have when you used to write with fountain pens. I think I have an old blotter as part of my inkwell collection, but I don't have the paper to go on it. This is gonna be perfect to showcase what I want to showcase, which is like the bright color afterwards. Whoops. Of course. Put this in order. Try to glue back down some of the little parts that are lifting up. Those were all part of I prepped some of the pages. That's a video on Patreon. On how I did that. Oh, nice. I really have fun. I love doing this. I cannot express enough how much pleasure can be had out of making a mess. If you haven't tried, you really should. And look at her face. She's just like, what happened here? What happened? This phrase comes from a magazine. I don't remember where, but obviously I cut it out and it's just coming in perfectly handy. Okay, so I'm going to try to find a spot where I'm not going to be putting ink all over her face. And I'm going to have to let this dry a bit before I close off my book, I think, because clearly otherwise it's going to be a mess. Okay, so and I'm hoping this encourages you to make a mess and to have fun and to just play with your supplies. And it's not because it's a supply that's meant to be used in an ink pen that you cannot use it to make a mess or to make art or to color with, or to, like, you could use this as a regular watercolor if you wanted. So So we're April 15, 2021. So today I really felt like making a mess with some of my inks. It was so much fun and want to play like a kid more often. And that's definitely the case. And this is my, in case you're wondering, this is my Moonman S5. And the ink in it is platinum carbon black. And it's a permanent ink. And I'm using it in this pen because it's not too much of an expensive pen, and I just thought it was so pretty, and I have fun making art with it and just using it in my art. And so you don't have to use fountain pens just for writing. You can sketch with them, you can do all sorts of stuff with them. There's some pretty amazing stuff that's going on with the 30 inks, 30 days over on Instagram. Search the hashtag if you're interested in seeing some wonderful work. But there's some really cool stuff. And it's a lot of talent. And you can see how versatile inks are. So even though you might be into making art and you're thinking, well, you know, like inks is not of interest, it can be. Just have to be careful of which ink you put in which pen, because obviously like this here, this Liquitex ink, you wouldn't want to put in a pen. But you could use it with a glass nib to write or to make marks. This is very relaxing if you're doing just like little marks and doodly borders, and you can have just a lot of fun doing that. And you don't have to have like expensive books. Like this is a book that cost me $1.29 at a thrift store. And I just glued a bunch of pages together and then use it. So, you know, like you don't need to have expensive journals to have fun. And the images and the sentiments come from magazines, but I mean, you could use what you find online and print that as your base, or out of books, or you, if you've got talent, you can draw them. I'm not that good at drawing faces, so I don't draw them that often. I try to use magazine pictures most of the time. And you can just have fun creating stuff. And it doesn't have to be expensive material either, because I mean, you saw me use some of my the Jinhao pens, and they're very inexpensive, couple of bucks. So you could do the same type of thing with a Jinhao. Not that this pen is very expensive, but it's a bit more expensive than the Jinhao. But I'm very happy I got it, because initially I wasn't sure with the writing and stuff, and it has 3 different types of nibs, so I could change the nib if I wanted to. But now that I've been really playing with it, maybe the nib got, you know, more used to me, or I got used to the nib more. But anyway, it's really a lot of fun to use in my work. And this carbon black is really dark, so it's perfect for this type of work, this line work, or for writing in your journals. Just have to be careful sometimes with the, like I said, with the inks that you put in some fountain pens. Some can, like, if you don't wash them often enough, you can get it clogged in your nib, and then you're kind of stuck. But yeah, so this is my super fun let loose type of spread. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'm looking forward to seeing your comments. If you haven't subscribed already, you should. I have all kinds of content on my channel, not just inks. It's just I'm doing the challenge right now for the 30 days of ink, so that's why you're seeing more of it. But there's all sorts of stuff and art and as well as card making, obviously. So love you guys, stay safe, and see you soon. Bye.